Today's video, we're talking about what your day should look like when you're trying to lose weight. Excuse that white dot just there. That's the reflection of my light. You can see that light up there. What is going on? Actually, it's not the reflection of my light. It is something on my glasses. There you go. So what should your day look like when you're trying to lose weight, when you're trying to get in shape and burn up body fat? For those of you who work out in the morning, I'm a morning person. I love training in the morning. There's been some studies showing that around 10, 11 a.m. Is the best time. It's 11 a.m. in Sydney now. I generally get to the gym around 7:30. That's the best time for the human body because our hormones are in the right position. They're the right combination to burn up body fat and grow muscle. Having said that, that's the optimum time to do it. You can train in the morning, you can train in the evening, as long as you're doing something. On average, I would recommend 45 minutes worth of training in any given bout. So what I mean by that is, if you're doing a long session and you do 45 minutes worth of weight training, you should rest and then do 45 minutes worth of cardio or whatever else it is you're doing. You can train for longer than 45 minutes a day. For the lads, the issue is if you train for too long in one session, it tends to drop testosterone. So testosterone levels plummet and it's counterproductive, that's the word I was looking for. So we need testosterone to pack on muscle, lean muscle tissue, and training too long in any given bout tends to drop testosterone. So if you're going to train, split your training session up. If you're doing more than 45 minutes to an hour, if you're doing 2 hours and 2.5, 3 hours, depending on what level of fitness you're at, you need to split that up throughout the day. So maybe an hour in the morning, an hour at midday, an hour at night. Which brings me back to the original question, what should your day look like? If you're a beginner, anyone with less than 2 years or 3 years worth of training under their belt is classified as a beginner, okay? And it's not to do with your experience, it's more to do with the metabolic changes that happen in the body. So if you're at the beginner phase, you should be working out once a day, 4 to 5 days a week. If you're looking for fat loss, you should be doing a combination of weights and cardio. Weight training doesn't liberate a hell of a lot of fat out of the body. It will do it if you do it in a circuit style, if you do it in a functional training modality, which gets the heart rate up. If you're not getting the heart rate up and you're just lifting weights and taking a 1 minute and 2 minute break in between your sets, you're not going to burn up a whole lot of body fat. However, you are going to raise your metabolism. Okay, the metabolism is going to be raised for 24 hours. Cardio then takes the fat and burns it off. So you want to be doing your weight training first, followed by cardio. That might take you an hour. If you're training every single day, you might train one muscle group and then go and do your cardio afterwards. You want to make sure that for the rest of the day, you are active. Okay, so doing your workout doesn't mean going to your office or going home and sitting on your butt for the rest of the day. And for those of you who work at the desk like I'm doing right now, it does cause a bit of a problem because the majority of our body fat is burnt during the rest of our day. Okay, so the workout itself raises our metabolism. It liberates fat from the fat cell, but we need to keep moving all day to make sure we burn it off. If you just do hard and heavy training sessions once a day and then sit on your butt for the rest of the day, what your body's going to do, and our brains are very good at doing this because our brain's sole purpose is to conserve energy. It doesn't give a rat's about what your midsection looks like or your thighs look like. So our brains want to conserve fuel. What our brains are going to do is start training the body to boost your energy at the time that you work out every day. It's going to learn what you're doing. Very, very smart. Yes, that's right. You're a lot smarter than what you think. So your brain is going to learn what time you work out every day, and it's going to allocate a ton of energy for that time. It's going to fire up the nervous system at that time, and then it's going to shut your nervous system down, and it's going to lower your metabolism at other times. So it's going to send a lot of fuel to that time that you train. So you're burning up a lot of fuel. Then it's going to conserve fuel. If you sit on your butt, it's going to learn to manage the fuel. Look, amazing. Hey, that's how we've survived for thousands and thousands of years. Our brains learn to manage our fuel supply, manage our fuel system, our spending. Our brains are fantastic at budgeting. My brain is so much better at budgeting my fat supply than it is at budgeting my money supply. Maybe I need to start treating my cash like body fat. Who knows? Maybe I'll save a lot more, you know? So basically, our brains learn what we do. How do we get around this? Well, we want to stay active all day. If you have no choice and you're sitting at the desk and you're working, much like I do, you want to be, hello, Jimmy, how are you going? Good to have you here. You want to be getting up every 40 minutes or 45 minutes or every 50 minutes and walking around. So break your hour up. This will serve to circulate your blood in the lymphatic system, circulate a lot of toxins, circulate fat around the system, and it will serve to prevent the slowdown of your metabolism, okay? It'll serve to prevent your brain lowering the caloric spend that it normally does. So what you want to do is make sure you walk around. A fantastic tool to do that is called a Pomodoro timer. Now that's an app or it's an extension for Google. If you're working on a PC, I've got it on Google Chrome. I use Google Chrome on my MacBook as well. So I use, a PC and a Mac. Have the best of both worlds or the worst of both worlds. I don't know how you might want to look at it. So you can put a Pomodoro timer, look it up, and what will happen is you can set the timer to have alarms go off. So you can set it at 45 minutes or 50 minutes. And basically what will happen is you'll work for 50 minutes and then alarm will go off, and then you'll have 10 minutes to walk around, cruise around, and then another alarm will go off to tell you it's time to get back to work. So you can stay close to your desk. What this also does is it creates deadlines for your work. So I find when I use the Pomodoro timer, I get a hell of a lot of work done because I know that I've got 45, 50 minutes to just smash out my work, get up and walk around, come back to the desk and do another bout. Fantastic for the brain, keeps you focused. Okay, so get that installed on your Google Chrome browser as an extension. It is brilliant. Next thing you can do is change the times of the day that you work out. Okay, so trick your brain, trip it up a bit. So don't let your brain adapt and get used to the time of day that you train. So if you train every morning, start by training at night and take the morning off and train at night, or go for a walk in the morning, do your weights at night. Change the system. Don't let your body adapt to, don't let your brain understand what's going on, and don't let it adapt to what you're doing. Okay, so adaptation is it's basically the definition of fitness. So we get fitter and stronger by adapting to a given task. And the reason for this, the reason for us to adapt to that given task is to conserve fuel, because conservation of fuel means that we can survive. You have to remember that the 98% of our brain, the subconscious part of the brain, pretty much still believes that we're living in caves, okay? All the information going into that part of the brain still thinks that we're going to starve. It's the reason why when you see a cake, when you see a high-calorie food, cake or ice cream or chocolate, you've got this impulse to go and eat it. It's a survival mechanism. I don't want you to feel bad about that. It's one of the reasons why when you diet too hard and for too long, the day will come, my friends, when you raid the fridge, when you go through your refrigerator and cupboard and basically rip apart everything that you've got in the house and eat it all at once. So that's called a survival mechanism in the brain, that you've pushed yourself way too far, the brain slinks back. So coming back to our main topic today, what your day should look like. So your day should look like you get up in the morning. For me personally, I have a coffee and I like to go to the gym. I like to work out on an empty stomach and drink my intra-workout carbohydrates and proteins while I'm training. It's just the way that my body functions, is what I prefer. For some of you, you want to have breakfast. If you're training in the morning, have breakfast, probably a high-protein meal, because it will, the amino acids from potentially eggs. Eggs are fantastic for breakfast. the amino acids from the eggs will excite the neural system. They'll excite the brain. Okay, so amino acids are fantastic for the brain. I don't recommend having carbohydrates for breakfast unless you're about to do a massive endurance training session. Carbs tend to cause a release of serotonin in the brain, which makes us relax and want to go to sleep. It's why we crave sugary things at night, because it's our brain telling us, give me some carbs so I can pretty much go to sleep. Now, you want to wait about half an hour to an hour. If you've eaten something that's very easily digestible, wait about an hour, go and do your weight training workout, followed by your cardio, and then you want to probably head off to work or head back home. If you are heading home, if you work from home, or if you are a housekeeper, homekeeper, I'm not sure what the word is. So if you work from home, if you are at home, get up and move around, clean the house, cook, prep food, mow the lawns, get up and clean those gutters. All those things that you've been putting off, wash the car, just keep active all day long. If you're in the office, set the Pomodoro timer. Make sure that you are up every 40 to 50 minutes and moving around for 10 minutes. This will prevent metabolic slowdown, and it will keep your lymphatic system circulating those fats and toxins out of the body. The lymphatic system is something that's very, very often overlooked. We all, worry about our circulatory system. I can tell you now, the lymphatic system is where it's at for cleaning the body. Okay, so you want to make sure you get that under control. Someone just posted a whole lot of emojis. Someone's going through emotions. I'm going to assume that's Mike. So, okay, guys, just to recap. So if you are training in the evening now, not to recap just yet, sorry. If you're training in the evening, you want to get up in the morning and just try and go for a walk. If you're not training, try and go for a walk. A walk will circulate your lymphatic system, circulate all the crap out of your system, circulate fats, the toxins. When I say crap, I mean toxins. Okay, so you want to basically go for a walk, 40 minutes or so. It'll also help set the tone for your neural system for the day. It's going to help you handle stress a lot better. And if you've watched some of the last videos, you'll understand that stress raises cortisol. Cortisol tells the brain pretty much we're starving, and it will end up storing midsection body fat. It's why you can see a very, very skinny businessman who has a pot belly, because of his stressful lifestyle. Rose, hello, how are you? Thank you for joining me. So guys, pretty much, if you're training in the evening, get up and go for a walk in the morning, go to work, use the Pomodoro app or timer if you're at a computer. If you're not at a computer, set something on your watch, on your phone, set a reminder to go off every 40 minutes and just get up and walk around. Whether it means, if you're in an office building, going up and down the stairs for a few minutes, going and getting a coffee. By the way, your walk in the morning can also include, a walk to the train station, walk to the bus stop, walk to wherever you have to go. It doesn't mean getting up, putting your joggers on and going for a walk and coming back home again. So you want to include that into your day. So you've worked all day. You want to keep your carbohydrate levels pretty stable. Don't eat too many carbs. You want to keep them for the evening to help you to sleep, especially if you're training at night. Okay, so if you're training in the evening after work, you're going to jack up all your adrenals. You're going to jack up all the cortisol. You're going to be on hypo mode. You're going to be hyper alert. It's going to be very hard for you to sleep. You want to keep a nice big carbohydrate meal after your training session at night. Big bowl of pasta, some rice, sushi, fantastic. Keep it clean, okay? So big carbohydrate meal doesn't mean a nice big fatty pizza. God knows I love my pizza, but it's just not going to work after training. You want to have something that can digest very easily, because our muscles have taken up a lot of the blood in our body. Our digestive system needs to draw that blood back to the stomach to start the digestion process. So if you're training at night, walk in the morning, keep your carbs low all day, get some proteins and vegetables in. It's a fantastic opportunity for you to get plenty of salad and veggies in. Train in the evening, drink your protein shake, whatever you're having, and do your cardio as well. So post-workout, you want to do some cardio to circulate the lymphatic system, get all the toxins out of your body that you have produced during your workout, and then have a nice big carb meal. Boys and girls, carbs do not make you fat if you eat them at night. That is a big, big, big lie. It's been disproven so many times, okay? So do not fall for that trap of, if I eat carbs at night, I'm going to get fat. They're just going to sit in my body and pretty much turn into body fat. Carbs become body fat when we eat too much of them and we don't need them. If you've just had a massive workout and you've burnt up a ton of fuel, those carbs will go straight into your muscles, okay? So I tend to keep my carbs around my workouts. Now, it doesn't matter if I train in the morning, it doesn't matter if I train at night. I will make sure I eat my carbs around my workouts to make sure it's my muscles taking them in. You have to remember our brains burn 25% of all calories in the human body. So if I'm on a 2,000 calorie diet, 500 of those calories are going to my brain. My brain can only burn carbs, okay? Everyone's brain can only burn carbs unless you're in ketosis, in which case it can run on ketones. So to say that you eat carbs at night and it becomes body fat, if you haven't had carbs all day and your brain hasn't had its supply of carbs, your brain only cares about itself. So it's going to take those carbs in. It's going to feed your muscles, take the rest of the carbs in to fuel the brain. You're going to have a fantastic night's sleep. Your serotonin levels are going to come up. You're going to feel very relaxed and you're going to go to sleep and have a fantastic deep sleep, which also means you're going to wake up in the morning refreshed, your cortisol levels are going to be low, and you're going to be set for the day. So now we're going to recap. If you're training in the morning, get up, have your caffeine. Coffee's fantastic. Elevate the stress hormones, the adrenals and cortisol. That is fantastic for training. Go and train. If you're training on an empty stomach, make sure you're taking in some intra-workout carbohydrates, intra-workout fuel to be able to fuel your workout. Follow your weight training session with some cardio, some low-intensity cardio to circulate the lymphatic system and get all the toxins you've just produced out of your body. And for the rest of the day, keep active. It's not a license to sit on your butt, okay? If you're training in the evening, get up and go for a walk, regardless, first thing in the morning. Overnight, your body is cleaning itself. It's getting rid of all the toxins out of your system. It can't get rid of them until you've circulated, once again, your blood and the lymphatic system. Everything gets pushed into the liver and then gets processed and sent out of the body, gets eliminated. So you must walk in the morning. It's non-negotiable, this one. Has to be done. So that's detoxing overnight. You walk in the morning, that means walking to the train station, walking to the bus stop, wherever you have to go. If it means driving to work and parking 2 or 3 blocks away from your office and walking to your office, taking the stairs once you get there. There's a lift, there's fire stairs, take the fire stairs, do what you have to do. Once you're at your desk, once you're in your office, in your retail store, once you're wherever it is that you are working, even if you're at home, set a timer and make sure every 40 minutes you get up off your butt and go for a walk. If you have to lie to your coworker and say, hey, I've just got to go to the toilet, I need to go for a coffee, go and do a few laps up and down the stairs. This plays a major role. It's called your NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis, and it is the make or break of losing body fat. Next thing you want to do, this is for the people training at night, you do that all day long, you remain active, you go and train at night, 6, 7 p.m., whatever time it is you work out. Your hormones are going to be highly elevated, so your catecholamines, your adrenals, your cortisol levels, you're not going to be able to sleep. Okay, most people, and if you do sleep, it's not going to be a deep sleep. So you want to make sure you get some proteins in during your training and then follow that with a nice big carbohydrate meal, which will feed your brain, feed your neural system, and feed your muscles. It'll elevate your serotonin levels and allow you to go to sleep. Sleep is where it all happens, where all the repair happens, all the vitamins and minerals get put back into the body, and we wake up a brand new person the next day. Guys, that is it from me today. Happy 4th of July to all my friends in the US. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Happy Thursday morning. It's the 5th of July here. It's nothing. It's over here, you know, it's just Thursday. What are you going to do? Happy Thursday to everyone here in Sydney and across Australia, and to my friends in the US and Canada. Hope you're having a fantastic Wednesday evening. Oh, happy Canada Day for the other day. All my friends in Canada, hope you had a fantastic time as well. Guys, I'll be back next week with another topic. This was sent in by John. John, I'm going to send this video to you. I know you're away at the moment and you're not watching this. Also, I would love for you to, all of you, to let me know, are you watching live? I can see who's here live, who's commented. If you're watching the replay, let me know what your takeaway was from this video. Morgan, hello, how are you? Always a pleasure to have you on. If you're watching the replay, come in and let me know what your biggest takeaway was, and also write replay underneath. You can do that. That'll let me know that someone's watching. I'm not just here talking to myself. It's really bizarre. There's a light in front of me, there's a camera, there's a laptop, and just a couple of messages coming up here, guys. Jimmy, Mike, Rose, Morgan, thank you so much for being here. That's it from me today. Hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you again at the same bat time, same bat channel next week. I've got to stop saying that because that pretty much gives away how old I am. See you later.